What I look for kisses in BLs is not how deep the kiss is, or how much they are exercising their mouths, or how much transfer of saliva there is between the two guys, but the emotion behind the kiss, the feeling behind it. Why are they kissing? Is it because of jealousy? Is it because they had a fight and got back together? Is it their first kiss? How much the kiss means to them? I need to see the passion, the motive behind the kiss, otherwise, the kiss fails to impress me. I would even be happy with a hug if I feel that that's what the characters needed in that moment. It's all about the intent behind the kiss. These are 10 kisses and makeout scenes that impressed me in Thai BLs this year. Let me know what you think of them. I really enjoyed this kiss between Fee and Jin mostly because we were given it without much context. The only thing we knew before the kiss was that there was this insane sexual tension between Fee and Jin, and that Jin looked at Fee as if he wanted to slap him at least a dozen times. Every person whose feelings have been toyed with before knows this look and understands this feeling. So when Fee and Jin were alone together, our adrenaline was already rushing. Fee used Jin for sex, so Jin was understandably angry at him, so he decides to give him a taste of what Fee was missing. Jin knows how much Fee enjoys having sex with him, so he gave him a little tease before withdrawing abruptly. The peach grab, the biting of his banana, it was a lot for a first episode and I enjoyed every single bit of it. Fire is undoubtedly one of the most jealous, possessive, and emotional characters I know. Even when he nearly drowns and he is in ICU, his lungs being pumped out to remove dirty water, he still can't fathom the thought of Than and that son of a bitch Chalaton together in a room. He hates the thought of them being alone and Than being manipulated by Chalaton so much that he literally wakes up from the coma and runs to Than's house before hugging him tightly and crushing his lips on him. Even though he had no energy, his legs were shaking, his body was hurting, he still made love to Than because he knew that the warmth of Than's body is what will ultimately heal him. It's such a heart-fluttering feeling to see two genuinely good people fall so hard for each other and kiss and make love to each other every chance they get. Fyungna Khan is quite possibly the best BL top I've seen this year. He's handsome, has a great body and loves Chromata's body. I love the fact that they did it the night before but he still couldn't have enough and wanted him again the next morning. The slow opening of his shirt, the way Fyungna Khan looks at him as if he wants to devour him then and there is so fun to watch. The kiss on the tabletop reminds me of Boss Noel in Love in the Air and Zinunu in Cutie Pie, but these two could give tough competition to them. Their love looks genuine, the attraction looks genuine, and their bodies flow so naturally with each other. Alan and Jeff were my favorite couple in Pit Babe the series, and ever since they interacted with each other for the first time, there were sparks flying between them. Since then, I've been waiting for them to become boyfriends and kiss each other for the first time, and their kiss did not disappoint one bit. Jeff is quite a bit younger than Uncle and it was their first kiss, but Uncle couldn't wait any longer. He wanted Jeff so badly that he wasn't able to control himself that night. Jeff pleaded with Uncle that it's his first time, but Uncle couldn't help but go rough on him. "You are my first." "No, you're wrong. I'll be your first and last." I literally screamed at that. Haim had never imagined that falling in love with the host could be so challenging and heart-wrenching. Watching Vela, the love of his life, flirt with other patrons every night was difficult enough. But tonight, one customer was particularly intrusive, constantly getting too handsy with Vela. Though Vela did his best to deflect the advances, he couldn't outright reject the customer due to his job. Overwhelmed by frustration and feeling suffocated by the scene, Haim had no choice but to step outside for some fresh air. That's when Vela comes to coax him. Seeing a teeth mark on Vela's neck, Haim is extremely angry. He can't stand the fact that someone else could put a mark on Vela's body. Vela tries to appease him by kissing him first. That's when Haim loses his mind and kisses him hard, letting him know that Vela belongs only to him. He also said that he will punish Vela if he makes him more jealous. I was screaming at that part. Night and Day are friends who pretend their relationship is platonic, though both know their feelings run much deeper. Night struggles to accept his bisexuality, fearing it will shame his father if he confesses to Day. After years apart, Night finally breaks down, using drunkenness as an excuse to get close to Day. He kisses him hard, seemingly releasing all those years of pent-up feelings and lust. Day also surrenders to Night and lets him satisfy his heart's desires. They were about to go all the way, but Night's love interest comes knocking at their door and ruins it for them and us. If you thought Moo and Kang's love story is just a cute, innocent, fluffy love story with little pecks and sniff kisses, you would totally be wrong, because I was punched in the face with their sensual kiss in the last episode. Moo and Kang were just playing around, giving each other light kisses when it suddenly turned intense and they went all in. Moo's teenage hormones were raging and he wanted to eat Kang alive, but it's Kang's first relationship too, so he showed restraint because he wanted to go slow, so he stopped Moo in the middle of this intense kiss and they both took a few moments to calm down. Moo's whole face was burning hot and it took several minutes for him to come out of that daze and return back to Earth. Joe was attracted to Ming the moment he saw him for the first time at the movie set. He thought that even if once in his life he's able to have sex with Ming, his life will be considered successful. He knows that he is handsome but not someone extraordinary. Definitely not someone who could compete with a movie star like Dong, who seems to be the object of Ming's affections. But he still decided to take a chance and offers Ming a ride home. To his surprise, Ming immediately agrees. Joe had imagined getting on top of Ming and taking him like he had done with all of his other partners. But Ming flipped the script. He definitely wouldn't let Joe be the bottom. So if he wanted to sleep with Ming, the only way was for Joe to lose his bottom virginity. And that's exactly what he did. Ming established control over him by making him do it the way he likes, and it was definitely a sight to see. Ming and Joe are pretty much boyfriends without a title. They live together, eat together, go on dates together, do everything together, but they are not together in a way Joe wants them to be. Ming is extremely possessive over Joe but refuses to acknowledge the status of their relationship. So when Ming sees Joe talking to his former love interest Sol, he's fuming with rage. He hates the way Sol looks at Joe, like he's looking for a second chance at their relationship. Ming can't bear to let Joe go. He can't be apart from him, and so whenever he sees Joe with Sol, his temper rises to the extreme and all he sees is red. When Ming sees Joe hugging Sol, he stomps towards them and drags Joe into the washrooms and pressed his lips firmly against Joe's, making it clear that Joe belongs to him and no one else. Ming isn't afraid to let everyone know that Joe is his and his alone. He keeps kissing Joe in hopes of drilling it in his mind that Joe cannot, under any circumstances, look towards anybody other than him. As a fan of possessive, jealous kisses, this was top tier. I find this kiss strangely exciting, sad, and bizarre. Ming sees Joe as a stand-in for the Joe he lost, while Joe believes Ming wants him to replace Dong again. Joe would rather die 100 deaths than let Ming toy with his heart again. But this isn't about him. It's about honoring the mother of the body he now inhabits, the person because of whom Joe gets to have a second chance at life. Joe feels a duty to care for her, so he reluctantly accepts the role of being Ming's prostitute. When Ming's lips meets his, Joe remains unresponsive for a moment. Yet the familiarity of Ming's kiss stirs old memories, the same sensations he felt in his previous life. Unable to resist, Joe kisses Ming back, if only for a fleeting moment, cherishing it as if he were the old Joe, embracing the most radiant star of his past, Ming. So these were my favorite Thai BL kisses of 2024 so far. Do you have any others besides these? Please remind me in the comments below, and I will see you soon with a new and exciting video. Join my channel membership for 3 extra videos every month and daily news and gossip updates in your feed. Bye lovelies!